What's happening, YouTube? Hayes Anderson here. No, wait a second. That's not Hayes Anderson. Where's Hayes Anderson? That's Hayes Anderson. How are y'all doing? It is 606 day tomorrow, and I need to do something. My studio has been packed up, put away. I don't have anything out right now, not even a table. Well, that's a lie. I do have a table out. I was using it to test some new gear coming in. And the funny thing is that as of this moment, I really just want to take a break. It's not that I don't have any creative juices left in me, it's just that I really don't have the time to dedicate to this craft at the moment. I'm not going to say any more, but just right now at this moment in time, my itinerary is massively filled up. And I'm not complaining. I really can't complain. If you recall, I didn't work at all last year. 2024, not 1 hour logged. Now that too is a lie, because there's always some technical detail that prevents somebody from saying something 100% definitively. Namely, the AV company that I worked for decided to pay me 4 hours for a shift that I didn't even work. Thank you for that gift. They owe it to me. So what am I going to do? That's a great question. I have been working my butt off this week, thankfully. I logged 11 hours yesterday and 11 hours the day before in IT. Now that's not very common. As a contractor, yeah, it could be common, but they don't want to pay you time and a half for overtime. And why would they? You really have to justify your existence, and I definitely don't want to have to do that with my company that I'm working for. But we had a huge deployment that had to go out the door. All kinds of things involved in it, which really doesn't matter right now. What does matter is this wonderful view right here. And the birds are just really singing tonight, aren't they? So that's where I live. That's my house. But that too is a lie. I do not live there. That house was built about 4 years ago, if I recall correctly. And what a gorgeous house that it is. But this is, I love walking through this neighborhood because it is just gorgeous. So back to 606 day. What are we going to do? Well, believe it or not, I have 3 Behringer RD6 drum machines. Why would I have more than one, you ask? I ask myself that very question. Here comes a car. We could ask them the same question, but they're not going to stop. In fact, they would probably think that I'm very, very strange for asking such a question. They're probably trying to pull into the driveway that I'm walking past right now. That's serendipity for you. So, and here comes yet another car. And what did I say? They pulled in right behind me. How funny is that? So around here, we like to wave to our neighbors. It's just the way things go down here. Man, I'm telling you, we got to look at this right now. So 606 day, 3 RD6 drum machines. I've got, what, a green one, a black one. I might have a silver one and then the yellow one. So I may actually have 4 now to think about it. That's crazy. I definitely have 4 TD3 boxes. Now, one thing I really want to point out, since it's fresh on my mind, something that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, is that I have a legitimate complaint with Behringer products, but it's not a complaint. It's just an oh well. Their MIDI CC implementation is non-existent for the most part. And that is such a shame, because think of all the modulation you could do with that. But again, that was never part of their agreements when they decided to produce these synthesizers, right? They're making one-to-one clone copies of the circuits analog style. And it's just insane how many cars are coming through here. I mean, I go to take a walk, right? I walk through here all the time. I just had 4 cars pass me, and that guy gave me a funny look. But the thing is that I know where he lives. So, no MIDI CC implementation really. And that's okay though, because they decided to build these one-to-one copies, analog machines, and they really never promised to put any sort of like digital feature-rich implementations into it. There are digital aspects to it. There has to be, folks. That's generally how you select between different feature sets. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm not going to. Here comes car number 5. This is what happens when you record a video. I am over here like, and the other thing is like, there's 3 streets. Why are they coming down this street? Hilarious. So, I mean, you don't know my neighborhood, but I know my neighborhood. It's kind of like, that was very, very bizarre. And I'm putting this video out because this video is going to be just far too weird not to. Anyways. Well, because I worked so much this past week, I'm probably going to be able to take a half day tomorrow. And that's pretty awesome, and still log some overtime. So at first I was not going to do 6. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm just going to sort of like step away and disappear from YouTube for a while and just not worry about it. I can do that. I don't care, people. I don't care about my YouTube channel. It's not important to me. Okay? I'm just doing this because it's not so much that I can, but because I have. We'll put it to you that way. I do have some plans for the studio. I'm not really sure that I'm going to put everything back together, if you want to know the truth. Not for a while. I may decide to go back to just playing drums for a while now and focus on my wind controller, which I really have not focused on. A little scatterbrained video here, but like, this is a concern, is that once you start getting too much gear, are you really giving it all the love that you need? I definitely spread myself extremely thin, but don't forget, I have experience with this going back to 1993. So it's not like this is a brand new thing for me. It's not. There's a lot of new aspects to it and a lot of new things about what we're doing here, but for the most part, I had experience doing hardware jamming 25 years before I created this YouTube channel. My math is right. We'll say 20. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is blank slate. What I'm going to do next is set up a table in the room and get out some gear. I'm going to use my little, a 10-channel Xenix mixer that Behringer makes. Handy things. I'm tempted to buy like 2 more of those. I'm tempted to have a Xenix mixer for, like, really I would like to have 5 of them. 1 for each of my major drum machines that have individual outs. The RD8, the RD9. I got a Lindrum, folks. I snagged a Lindrum for $430 after shipping and tax. So we'll see if that was a good deal or not. And we also recently heard that the guy at Klon sued Behringer for their Centaur clone. And Bad Brad was the first person that I saw reporting on that one. That's pretty hilarious. I mean, really, Behringer was getting really bold. And the thing is that, what about Warm Audio? What? Well, that's the thing. Maybe they'll go after Warm Audio too. They might. And so, yeah, I thought about snagging one of those Behringers, but I was like, I don't like the way they look. I didn't like the position of the stomp switch. How petty is that? But still, I've got tons of Centaur clones, people. You have no idea how many guitar pedals I have. I'm not going to talk about that. Guess how many guitar pedals I currently have. If you guess the correct number, I may decide to send you a free one of my choosing. Maximum, it might be a $15 guitar pedal, but hey, you will have won it by guessing the correct number. And meanwhile, I'll go try to do a tally so that I actually know what that number is. But I'm losing track of what I'm talking about here. The Klon Centaur. Yeah, maybe I should have bought one. I really am now thinking that I want to grab a Warm Audio silver version. I mean, I was this close to getting one. They also make a cherry red one. What was the deal about it? I think it looked like the other one. I can't think of the name of it right now. There's the Klon. I think it's just the Klon. Well, whatever. That's the red one that has the graphic. Kindly remember, folks, the hype that surrounds this was not generated by me or something like that. It's a beautiful meme. And over here's a chicken coop, but the chickens are gone. And I'm kind of sad because like there was a whole bunch of chickens out here. Sometimes they kind of get out and roam about a little bit. There's a couple roosters making a bunch of noise. So I don't know what happened to the chickens, but oh well. Life goes on. So I'm going to walk a little further down the hill and try to wrap this video up. Going forward, yeah, so the thing is that my career was put on hold. And I didn't really mean for it to be put on hold. And I was never trying to be any kind of professional musician during that time. I was just filling in the gap with the hobby. And that hobby led to me wanting to get further into electronics. And then that was a whole nother rabbit hole. So here I am, like really into electronics now. Phil Studio has a project that I need to complete for him to make a video. I need to do that. I need to build another guitar pedal. It's going to be a Big Muff clone, either Civil War or Russian, Green Russian style. It's going to look like Green Russian, and it's going to be like the that Klon other one, not the Centaur, but the other one I was talking about, the newer one that he made. What's that guy's name? I will say this, man. That guy got shafted. The guy that made the Klon Centaur. I mean, those things are selling for $5,000 and he doesn't see a dime. We got some rain coming. Definitely time to end this video. Check out this view right here, though. This is really cool. We can look at this instead of me for a while if you want. So this is all a very interesting time right now. I hope you are doing well, friends. I don't know what to say. Hang on, have hope, stay positive, dream on. We're going to rock out some 606 day tomorrow. So my thought was to maybe, here's the thing, I would love to throw in the Syncussion. Oh yeah. I also got one of those Syncussions, I couldn't help it. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize that it had a noise generator, a sample and hold, an LFO, and all that stuff in it. Wow, it's a really full-featured machine. It's pretty wonderful. But it's 606 day, and it's a drum machine, so I really should only use 606 drums. I shouldn't use the Syncussion. There's no rules, of course. But the thing is that I really wanted to, would like to showcase the Cobalt. I also got a Cobalt. Did I mention that? Sorry. The Cobalt, the SY1, and the Proton. I haven't really gotten a chance to dive into the Proton yet. And I mean, I wasn't completely kidding in my April Fool's gag where I was like, oh, it's just another Neutron. In many ways, it is just another Neutron. So do not be disappointed if you're expecting something like radically different. It's really, think of it as an expander to the Neutron, like to complete it and make it like one big super synth. So for me, like I just see the Proton going with the Neutron always, like they're just like best buddies, binary star inseparable. But we'll see what happens. But the plan is to have however many of the RD6s that I have. It can be tough to remember those model numbers. And have them drive whatever synthesizers that I have hooked up somehow. And again, it would be nice to also feature the Lin drum, but it's a drum machine, and this is a drum machine jam for the TR-606 celebration. Which is funny because it is one of the least popular ones out of the bunch. The 808, the 909, then you got the 606. I love the 606. It's very easy to use. It's a lot more hands-on. The thing about the 808 and the 909 is they have these workflows. And a lot of people just think of like a drum machine as a sound source, and you sequence it with some external thing. And that's really the way to go if you think about it. If you really just want to have like a workflow that is consistent, whatever your sequencer is, you learn that sequencer and then you just treat other drum machines as sound sources. But the 909 and the 808 have these incredible workflows that are completely different from each other. And they are deep and complex. There's a lot under the hood with those two. It's really amazing. And what is the RS9? Eurorack module? That thing has all of the features of the, most of the features at least, of the RD9. So it's really cool. It's a really great little sequencer, especially when you combine it with other sequencers. And we haven't even talked about modular yet. I should definitely have a, I'm not sure what you call this, disclaimer, confession, whatever. The reason why I got into modular is because I learned electronics and I'm able to start building stuff. So I could actually build my own modules for pretty cheap. And the second more important reason is that I found these flip-on things for my glasses, which allow me to see at that distance. And that is also incidentally one of the reasons why I think I'm having a hard time sticking around in IT, is I was having a hard time reading the screen and I didn't understand what was happening to me. And I started to feel further and distancing further away from my coworkers because I was unable to see the screen that they were showing me. So these lenses have been like an absolute lifesaver for me, folks. And I hate to say this, but another lifesaver for me has been artificial intelligence. I kid you not. Now, I am worried about where we're going with it, but at the same time, here we are. It's a tool. It's life. Life throws you all kinds of interesting challenges, and I've been able to use AI to help me get through those. Well, we'll just leave it at that. There are all kinds of things that one can do to receive help, but the important thing is that you look deep within yourself and understand what it is that you really want. And right now, I would like a glass of water. Bye-bye.